Hey, is there a better tool that allows a woman to defend against an attacker that's 100-pound bigger? That's why it's so important for women to learn how to defend themselves with the most effective self-defense tool ever invented. For women, led by women, the Not Me program is designed to help with training, purchasing a gun, and getting a concealed carry permit. And guess what? It's all free. To sign up, go to notmesd.org. The program is also available in Orange County and Inland Empire. So get help today. Notmesd.org.
So I feel good. I just off air just said that I downloaded the Chevron app and I only buy gas at Chevron from now on. What did you say, Dave?
Well, I'm just saying it's a very smart move because you're not going to get a better fuel.
I feel good about that now.
I know. I think that's a commercial.
I know we should get Chevron to
Sponsor.
Back us up a little bit. Well, and we did talk a little bit about, Costco gas. All you have to do, folks, put a tank of Costco in it, drive 150 miles or go, run the tank out, and then go get Chevron, do the same thing, do the math, not the computer on the car, do the math, and you'll save 2 or 3 gallons. 2 or 3 miles per gallon.
Wow, there you go.
And you won't have issues. But anyway, that's another story.
All right, prize winner, Gun Owners Radio prize package. The winner is my good buddy Albert Garcia. Congratulations, my friend.
What do you mean?
Excellent!
He wins the Gun Owners Radio prize package. And he won for joining the email newsletter. If you want to join the email newsletter, go to gunownersradio.com/subscribe. gunownersradio.com/subscribe. Sign up for our newsletter, and you could win the Gun Owners Radio prize package.
Cool.
So, yeah, which is it's a decoder ring, and it tells you
Absolutely.
to drink more Ovaltine.
I like that.
Okay, so we had a really cool win. We actually started talking about how the wins are, coming more and more often.
Yeah.
When we first started, it was like, hey,
we should have a
bad
chart.
news. Yeah, so some kind of bar chart or a pie chart or something. There's some kind of graph.
See how well we're
like,
doing.
Yeah. Well, we had a major win. It's truly a major win. Now, it was. We're going to talk about Senate Bill 1327.
I didn't hear it on the news.
Well, we're working on that. Here's what happened. So the Bruin case came out,
right, and
said, "Yep, turns out the Second Amendment exists, and it's actually kind of important." All the big attorneys, Firearms Policy Coalition, everybody, we all have. There's a plan out there. There's 1,000 lawsuits that everybody wants to file and launch and win. But as soon, and the Bruin case was kind of the foundation of all that.
Right.
The Bruin case basically said, all your cases they're going to win because of this decision.
Because if you lost, that would probably pretty much put a squelch on a lot of the other lawsuits.
Had the Bruin case gone another way,
right,
it would have been devastating.
That's what I'm saying.
Devastating. It would have been devastating on so many different levels, but it didn't. We won. That's good.
Yeah.
So why haven't you seen a whole avalanche of lawsuits? Have you noticed that you really hasn't been like this huge, avalanche?
It's like they're happy with the win and now they're relaxed.
No, what happened was Senate Bill 1327. Now they passed Senate Bill 1327. They ramrodded it through, went through extremely quickly, and it took effect immediately. A lot of times when Senate bills or Assembly bills pass,
takes a year.
Yeah, they don't. January 1st. Senate Bill 1327, what it says is, among other things, but the main part that derailed things for a short time, is it basically said, look, if you sue the state on Second Amendment issues and you lose, then the state can come after you to recover fees. So if the state passes an anti-gun measure, law, whatever, and you say, hey, you know what, I'm going to sue, that's against my constitutional right, and the courts decide against you, they say, nope, this is actually constitutional, then the state could say, hey, you know what, we spent $1.5 million
and you're going to give it to us.
You're going to give it to us.
They're not going to be efficient. The tax is going to be high.
Huge. Oh, yeah. $1.5 million is probably kind of high. That would be like a Supreme Court case, but it is absolutely hundreds of thousands of dollars in fees.
I mean, at that point, it might as well be millions.
Might as well.
Well,
right?
no, it's Alicia.
So that made everybody go, wait. You know, we gotta figure this out. We gotta get over this bump in the road before we can do anything else. So what did we do? Did we file another lawsuit? Our attorneys actually did something extremely intelligent. Now, we have the Miller case, which is the Miller-Bontas, right. Miller versus Bontas. It's the assault weapons case. And we already had a positive decision. And the Supreme Court said, hey, you know what? You guys need to revisit this thing. You need to, basically, the decision that the judge made that was positive, the Supreme Court was basically saying that's, you need to implement that thing. So the judge said, all right, both sides send me any more information, that you want me to know. The state said, oh, we need a whole year. And the judge said, no, you don't. So we're probably going to get a decision here before too long. But rather than file a whole new lawsuit with this fee thing, our attorney said, wait a minute. We don't know if we can proceed on this thing unless you decide on this 1327. We need Judge Benitez. We need you to tell us, are we on the hook for $500,000? Or, how's this going to work? Pretty genius, right?
Wow.
So that rather than a whole new lawsuit, we
had to address it.
We had to address it. Brought it up. The judge said, okay, I'll address it. Not a problem. Came out with a decision last week saying, nope, this whole thing, throw it out on its ear. Throw it out on its
1327.
ear. 1327.
Gone.
Out on its ear. Well, a little bit down into the weeds, a little bit more specific, though, is his decision basically said all the existing suits, the mag, the high-capacity magazine.
That's already in the works.
Yeah, all the ones that are already in the works.
Grandfathered in.
That doesn't apply, but, this whole thing stinks, I'm paraphrasing. I don't think those are the words he used. But,
Right.
This whole thing that stinks, you definitely can't use it against,
Right.
these different cases. So, boom.
So that's good news.
That's good. That's partial good news. That's awesome. Great. Fantastic. Woohoo. Then the Attorney General came out and said, all right, we're not going to pursue this thing. Basically saying they knew they were going to lose. That this.
Yeah, so let's stop bleeding money.
It's not. Yeah, this is a big waste of time.
Right.
The idea that the state was going to come after you for losing a case against, fighting for your constitutional rights.
Yeah, they just pushed it to the limit.
And it was even worse than that. Let's say you said, "Hey, this law, there are 10 things about it I don't like," and you win 9. That 10th one, you lose the 10th. Like say the court said, "All right, you're right. 9 of these are unconstitutional, but this 10th one." Actually, it's not unconstitutional. Boom, they'll come back. They'll come after you for 100% of the fees.
Right.
So it was really, truly an intimidation tactic. It was designed to stop us from, regaining our constitutional.
Well, of course, and they're not going to stop.
Well, they're not going to stop, but the Attorney General.
They're going to find a different way to come after you.
Well, here's the different way, though. Here's where they already
did it.
So the Attorney General said, you know what, we're not going to mess with this thing. We're done with this fee shifting, malarkey. And then the governor said, okay, well, I'll fund it. He wants to step in and fund this thing and get attorneys to, isn't that ridiculous?
I thought I did read that someplace.
Isn't that ridiculous? I mean, if that's not an extremist weirdo, I don't know what is.
Wow.
If that's not have you even heard of that before? Now, I'm not an attorney. I don't play one on TV.
He's going to fund it.
I didn't stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
He's not going to fund nothing. I am.
Right, exactly.
Isn't that my money?
No. So he wants private money to fund this thing, is what he's looking at. But or money that is donated from a money that might be donated from one of his 501c3s or something like that. Now I'm not an attorney. It's not legal advice. I'm not an expert in this area, but I don't see how he has standing to do that.
No.
I really don't. So, but we still got to fight it, right?
But they haven't followed the law in the last 5 years.
Right. So we still got to go to court. We still got to go and say, hey, you know what? This guy, he's a jerk. We need you to agree with us.
Right.
But I got to tell you, whether you hate Trump, you love Trump, you don't care about Trump, wherever you stand on Trump, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals is, because of his administration, is far nicer, is far more friendly, is far more reasonable.
And that was planned. That was planned.
Oh, it absolutely was. So,
but every president tries to load up. Some think about it, some don't.
Yeah.
Trump just jumped all over it. I mean, he threw them all.
His administration did a good job.
Yeah.
Truly,
That's the
in that
vein.
that arena. Well, I will. Good is subjective. I think it's good. It's helping me. It's gun owners. Therefore, I think it's good. But he has definitely had an impact on the makeup of the Ninth Circuit Court.
Right.
It used to be the idea of getting a panel of 3 judges. Two of them agreeing with us on the Second Amendment was ludicrous to even think about. Now it's not so weird.
Yeah.
And of course, with the
how long are their
strength of the
appointments?
Bruin. I don't know. That's a good question. I think, are they lifetime? I don't know.
I don't know.
Good
Are
question. Good news. The fee shifting thing. We defeated it. We still got to fight a little bit because Gavin Newsom, everybody's favorite governor, is doing some weird shenanigans. But the good news is that the Attorney General basically said we're not going to mess with this thing. Now, what that does is it's going to clear the way for not just the lawsuits that you already know about, like the 1 in 30 law, the assault weapons ban, the under 21 ban, the roster, which I think you're going to see some really good news on.
That's what I want to see. I want to see the roster change.
It's coming. All that's going to be able to move forward.
But
now
isn't he going to?
settled.
I mean, aren't they Sacramento's just going to keep fighting and keep fighting and keep fighting?
Absolutely. This isn't going to go away. It's not going to go away. Yeah. We have to keep fighting it. We have to keep. More importantly, we have to keep winning.
Absolutely. So that's
there you
good news.
There you go.
Yeah, normally you pretty much tear me up here. The last 2 hours.
Thanks for watching this clip from Gun Owners Radio. You can watch us live every Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. California time, right here on our YouTube channel, or if you're in the San Diego area, you can listen to us on 1170 a.m. We're also available on your favorite podcast platform for free. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can help restore and protect the Second Amendment, not just in California, but across the country.